something I wrote about today, Eric, will hit close to home.
Uh-oh. I don't know how bad this is going to be. Oh, God. This is good. This is good governance.
This is just a community group from the north side. They call themselves the Native Sons from Rogers Park, and they're a community group, and they've posted something. They emailed out a newsletter, Eric, called the People's Ordinance, and there'll be an image to follow, where they don't want you to stop shooting people. They said that's not realistic.
They want you to stop shooting people.
But no, they don't entirely. They don't think it's realistic. But between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., I'm serious. They said that. Between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., though, they would like you to stop shooting guns so that people who are not involved in high-risk activities don't get shot. So they sent out this big email. There's an image. Here's the image. I don't know why I read this in a Jamaican accent. Protect the youth. No sliding while the sun is out.
No,
don't shoot. I want to grow up.
Oh, man. Dark. This is dark.
Safe Summer Initiative. The People's Ordinance. No shooting. United for a Safe Summer. Brought together by Native Sons. So they have this newsletter go out, and they actually, some of the messages this community leader gave are pretty good. Her name is something Atkins, Tatiana Atkins, fan of Drake, I'm guessing. Tatiana Drake, everybody knows. Under this ordinance, we ask people to stop associating and glorifying shooters, stop glorifying switches, and stop wearing those ski masks everywhere, which perpetuates you as some op, she said. So she said, stop glorifying people who shoot people, stop glorifying things that turn your semi-automatics into automatic weapons, and stop wearing ski masks as fashion. I support that message. The whole ski mask thing, where you're just like, I know that gangbangers and guys who wear ski masks aren't exactly sensitive about being typecasted and thought of as criminalistic by, scared white people or whatever. But the whole look of wearing a ski mask is just ridiculous. You do want to look like a criminal if you're wearing a ski mask. There's no doubt about that. Am I wrong on that one?
Shiesty, shout out Pooh Shiesty, free Pooh. He popularized it, right? And his biggest song is, of course, featuring Lil Durk, who is from Chicago, in which he raps about a crime he actually committed that he is now doing time for. So this is the people that we're dealing with, right? Like, you're wearing a ski mask, you are a criminal, you rap about the crimes you committed, you go to jail for admitting those crimes on tape, and that mindset has spread. And so we're now at the point where they're saying, hey, look, I guess I appreciate it. They're finally just saying, hey, stop the crime. Or you know what? Let's not stop the crime completely, but just like, during work hours. So this is where we are. I'm not going to say it makes sense, because it absolutely doesn't. But these are the rules you set up, right? This is what you did to yourself. So it's actually mind-boggling, bro. But to bring it full circle about the mask, the people, these are the this is gonna sound terrible, because I don't want to be one of these IQ, room temperature guys, but it's like, what do you expect from a group of wear the mask that makes you look like a criminal, recite your crimes on tape, and then immediately be asked to free pretending you didn't do anything? It's just a complete nonsense. So the people who are who are doing that stuff are on the exact same level of the people who are saying, hey, can you just not shoot us between 9 and 9? Like that, it's the exact same level. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thought level. Yeah.
It goes on to say, if people know that after a certain hour, the likelihood of them being shot by an unknown and unprovoked assailant are at a higher risk, they'll be less likely to be out and about. So they're saying, Eric, they're saying that if you don't shoot anybody from 9 to 9, people will know that they shouldn't be out after 9. If they get shot, it's their own fault. That's how bad things are in Chicago.
Now,
they go on to say, we're not waiting for a bill or law to enforce this. And ideally, people would never shoot guns in Chicago, but that's not a realistic possibility, she acknowledged. And not everyone's willing to drop their beef. Now, she makes fun of them a little bit and says if you're not mentally and emotionally equipped to solve disputes in a healthy manner, do so in a capacity in which children and elderly are not at risk.
Okay, but there's already a bill or a law, right? Like if we're just talking about murder, assault with a deadly weapon, that already exists. But are we also under the impression? I'm getting, maybe I'm not reading it right, but they're talking about random attacks? Or are they talking about being caught in crossfire of targeted attacks, or just both?
Crossfire targeted attack. So they're saying if you don't shoot anybody between 9 and 9, then people will know that if they're going to go out after 9, then they might get shot. Because this article also links to another thing that says a couple gangs have reignited a beef due to a recent murder. And I want to read you the name of those gangs because there it is. Reignited a gang war between the local gangster disciples and the Black Pea
Mm-hmm.
Stones in Uptown.
Those are like pretty famous gangs, right?
Oh, I don't know. Black Pea Stones. I shouldn't make fun of them. I don't want to get killed.
No, I mean those
Moving
go. I
on.
think those go back like decades, bro. Like Gangster Disciples, P Stones. Yeah, that's real stuff. So,
Been
look, bro,
spending most our
Chicago.
lives.
What's the other one? The other big one in Chicago. All my homies GDs, but I am low. There's another one.
I have
Anyways,
no idea.
good luck to those guys. It's also kind of similar to what's happening in San Francisco, right? I don't know what kind of laws and rules they have around shoplifting, but as we know now, if you pay for anything in San Francisco, then Joey, you could just do whatever you want. I was at a 7-Eleven here in the Metro Florida, Metro Miami area, and I heard the two guys behind
Miami-Dade.
Broward. I heard the two guys behind the counter. They're like laughing and joking, not paying attention to the line that's growing at the 7-Eleven, but they're like they're joking with each other like, I'm not gonna do a racist accent, but they're saying, yeah, in California, you can just go there and steal. It's crazy. And I get up to the counter. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy, right? I'm actually from California. They're like, well, I'm keeping myself from doing an accent, but they're like,
What accent?
it's
Southern white guy?
it's the 7-Eleven.
Oh. A Punjabi guy?
Yeah. But it's just funny to hear that all the way in South Florida, everybody knows how terrible California is. And I guess that has nothing to do with Chicago, except for they're both just devolving into nothing. And while that's all happening, migrants have completely overrun New York. So we're doing good.
It's a good time to be in a Democrat metropolis. Let me ask you this though:
20
why do black
push-ups.
people use the name poo?
20 push-up for yawning. Oh, I
My
don't know.
apologies.
I have no idea.
Pooh Richardson, the basketball player.
Little Pooh or Little Pookie and stuff like that. I don't know where that comes. I mean,
That's one of these cultural things you have to know. Just like I would know if you asked me why white guys are named like Chet or something.
Or Chad, or why you guys like maple syrup so much.
Turn it up, Jordan.